Hello everybody, I am back again after a brief stint of not vlogging because my camera would not cooperate. And I have the biggest haul in the entire world today. I think it's the biggest I've ever had that didn't involve a conference, so I'm going to have to move pretty fast. But just thank all of you for the love on my birthday. This is one of the best birthdays that I've ever had, and it's pretty much all because of my wonderful, wonderful blogger friends. You guys are fantastic, and I love your faces. And I will be doing shout outs of names, but blogs will be down below, and I just don't have much time. So first of all, I'm going to start with the books that I got for review. First up, I have Sense and Sensibility by Joanna Trollope. This is for a TLC book tour, and it's published by Harper. And it's probably going to be terrible, but I can't resist. I can't resist Jane Austen spinoffs, even though it has often bit me in the ass. And then I got a big ol' Harper teen package. First one, Deception by C.J. Redwine, which is the sequel to Defiance. I really like CJ, but I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this one or not because I wasn't really a big fan of the ship in the series, and that kind of can be a bad thing. And Blackout by Robeson Wells, which I know Books of Amber just really, really enjoyed. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy it as well, although I don't really know because I didn't love his book variant, but we'll see. 359 by Gretchen McNeil, which I will not be reading because I hated Possessed, and from what I can tell, her books have gotten worse from there. Hideous Love by Stephanie Hemphill, which I also will not be reading. I have heard it is bad, and I did not like the one Stephanie Hemphill book that I read. A Radiant Sky by Jocelyn Davies, which I also will not be reading because I hated the first book and have no interest in continuing with that series, and that's book 3. The Chaos of Stars by Kirsten White, which I will not be reading because I have not been impressed with her writing and do not think that this one seems like it's worth it, even though the cover is super pretty. Twin Maker by Sean Williams, which I haven't heard great things about, but I think I will at least try this one, although I was not prepared for it to be freaking massive. Let's compare that to The Chaos of Stars, shall we? But since there's not much out about it yet, I'm at least going to try it. I've never given the author a try, and sometimes I am the black sheep of love, so who knows? We're gonna try. And this one I'm super excited about. I got An Arc of Red by Allison Cherry. This comes out in a couple of weeks, and I hope that I love it as much as I love Allison Cherry's tweets. I think she's really funny. And I got Tomorrow by C.K. Kelly Martin. Not sure exactly when this one comes out. I actually hadn't realized that this was self-published. I guess Random House didn't pick up the sequel, which is a shame. I really enjoy C.K. Kelly Martin's books, and I hope to enjoy the sequel, which I will be reading in a couple of weeks. I'll be reading everything in the next couple of weeks. And from Penguin, I got XO Orpheus. Whoops, that was the XO Orpheus, 50 New Myths, and this includes stories by a whole bunch of people. I am most excited for a story by, of course she's not listed on the cover, by the woman who wrote the retelling, The Song of Achilles, Madeline Miller, I believe her name is. But there are a whole bunch of other people, and I just love myths retellings, so that one had to happen. And I got Racing Savannah for the Espresso Book Tour. This is Miranda Keneally's 4th book, and I just absolutely love all of her books so far, and she writes character better than pretty much anyone. And that one's coming from Source Books. And then from Bancroft Press, I got The Ravens of Solimano, the Order of the Mysterious Men in Black. This is a sequel to The Mysterious Men in Black, I think is what the first one was called. Something. It's the Young Inventors Guild, and I really liked that middle grade, so I'm excited to read book 2 as soon as I have time. Okay, so that's review books. I also got a whole bunch of birthday gift books. So first up, from Nafiza, Bibliophilic Monologues, I got The Piper's Son by Melina Marchetta. I just read my first Melina Marchetta and I absolutely loved it. And I've heard her contemporaries are even better than her epic fantasy, so excited. I got a whole slew of things from Kara Malinzak. First, I got Mortal Fire by Elizabeth Knox. She didn't like it, and I said I would try it. These are not in order, the order of how much I am excited about them. She was nice enough to give me her arc of 17 and Gone because there's a possibility I will like it more. If I don't, Kara, I'll make sure I send that back to you because it is signed. And she gave me 2 graphic novels, the first of which is Genius by Siegel and Christensen. They have first names, but if they don't put them on the cover, I'm not going to mention them in my vlog. Okay, that's their problem. And the second one is Templar. Also, what is with no first names? Templar by Mechner, Pham, and Puveland. Puveland? I don't know. And Kara also got me brand new shiny Shine. Ooh. And this is by Lauren Miracle. It's one of her favorite books of all time. And thus I had to add it to my wish list and she had to get it for me. She also got me the Firehorse Girl. Whee! That's so much fun. And I hope this involves gender bending like this suggests because that would be awesome. And yes, I know I read your review and you convinced me to read it, Kara, but I do not remember what it said about the plot. That was my cat knocking something over. Wanderlove by Kristen Hubbard. And this is, again, one of her very favorite books of all time. It's one of the ones she would put in every single Top 10 Tuesday. And I know a lot of other people love it as well. Next up, I have some gifts from Jillian, Writer of Wrongs. And she, of course, got me all of the cute books and some feelsy books and Perseus. Come here, baby. Come up if you're gonna, don't play with my book. I have my computer resting on a pile of boxes so that it would be the right height so that I could sit on the couch for a change, and now he's kind of messing with the pile of boxes and I don't want him to knock it over and destroy everything in the world. So first thing that Jillian got me was The Trouble with Flirting by Claire Lezebnik, which I loved, and more people should read because it's adorable and it's basically what Mansfield Park should have been, except, you know, contemporary Percy, no. He's trying to eat tape on one of the boxes. This cat freaking loves tape for some reason. The second thing she got me was Saving June by Hannah Harrington. I've heard amazing things about Hannah Harrington's books, and I am convinced that I will love them. And she got me The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. And it's kind of ridiculous how excited I am for the only classic in my haul because I love classics, and these are supposed to be... I think Anne Bronte is like the closest to Jane Austen that the Brontes really get. And I love Jane Austen. And supposedly this has one of the best heroes in the history of romance. So I need it in my life. And I need him in my life, probably. I will say that when I finish. And the final thing I got from Jillian was The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. And I don't know if I will love this, but I think if I love a Maggie Stiefvater book, it would probably be this one. And this cover is to die for. I'll probably put off reading this so I can just stare at the cover and imagine that I love it. And if I don't love it, I'll have to give it away. And it's so pretty. Look at it. Flaming horse. It's one of my favorite covers of all time. And from Frodo's blog of randomness, I believe is what it's called, I got Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin. I cannot even begin to say those other 2 names. And this one is LGBT, and I've heard that it is freaking amazing, and I need to read it. And the cover is freaking awesome too, although I kind of hate the way they put the book award things over it. Like, there was pretty, and now I cannot see it, book awards. Oops. That was me having ninja cat-like reflexes and catching the book I almost dropped. And that was also from Frodo, Dustlands, Rebel, the sequel to Blood Red Road by Moira Young, which I have yet to read and need to because that book convinced me that dialect does not have to be the worst thing in the world. And then I got 3 books from Jessie, Ageless Pages Reviews, And then the first one is The Awakened Mage by Karen Miller. This is the second book in the Kingmaker Kingbreaker series. I actually haven't read the first book yet, but I've read the prequel and I loved it. Karen Miller is very funny and very character-driven, high epic fantasy, which is not something that's easy to find. Like, most of them take a really long time to get going, and hers are fun from the start. She also got me Gone, Gone, Gone by Hannah Moskowitz, which I read my first Hannah Moskowitz recently. And Stonewall Honor must be an LGBT award. Interesting. Anyway, I love LGBT books, and I loved the one Hannah Moskowitz. No, I've read 2 Hannah Moskowitz, and they were both quite good. So I'm very excited for Gone, Gone, Gone. And then she got me Shut Out by Cody Keplinger, which is the only Keplinger book that I have yet to read. I hate the way the light goes bright, dark, but I can't do anything about that. And I am excited to read it, but it's the only one left, so when I read it, there's no more, because her next book doesn't come out till sometime 2014, and I feel like it was late 2014, which is mean. And from Jenny Alluring Reads, I got Blood by Kate Evelyn. It was funny because she was like, you don't know what I'm going to get you, and I was like, I totally do, and I called it Jenny, because she was the one who convinced me that this was a book that I needed to read. I really, really trust Jenny's contemporary recommendations. Although I'm hoping that I disagree with her on this one, which I got from Ashley Page, Birth of a New Witch, when I saw her in Florida, because Kara, Ashley, and I hung out and had a great time. That's Fault Line by C. Desir, which has been getting very divided reviews. So obviously I hope that I like it. And Ashley also got me A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, which I've heard only absolutely amazing things about. And with a gift card that I got from Becca of Pretty Deadly Reviews, I got The Silence of Medair by Andrea K. Host. Either way, I have heard I've heard wonderful things about her books from Nafisa and also Wendy Darling, so I want to read them, but I don't buy ebooks, so it seemed like a good author to take a risk on in buying a paperback. And then from my friend Stina, who I went to college with, actually, she sent me the Wolf, I don't know what the series is actually called, the Wolf Tower series, I guess, by Tanith Lee. All 4 books in that. She said it's one of her very favorite series. So, rockin' it old school. And I am excited to read them. And she also sent me another of her favorite books, The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. And I'm very excited to read these. I feel like I do not get excited about enough books that aren't coming out this year anymore. So I'm very thankful for those recommendations from Stina. I also got 4 books that I purchased for myself. Shocking, I know. The first one is Fangirl, which I pre-ordered. I gave away my ARC. It was nice. And bought a copy because obviously I need to have that in my life. I will need to reread it because Kath is like my spirit animal. Also bought Earth Star by Janet Edwards. I bought the UK copy because the American cover that is coming out, unless they change it, is the worst thing that ever happened to anything. Daredevil Clowns is not what that series is about. I also bought a signed copy of Codename Verity. When I went to an Elizabeth Ween signing, that's how you say her name, I learned. And I also bought a signed copy of Rose Under Fire, which might show up in a giveaway soon, hint, hint. And that is signed, so watch out for that. Whenever I get things together and can actually do a, haha, I moved my blog giveaway. I think the US people will have access to signed copies if they so choose. But that's not set in stone, so do not hold me to it. So that is my epic book haul, and I actually got it in under 15 minutes, so hurrah, I am the queen. And yes, I'm signing off now. I love you all. Thank you for the birthday presents, and I'm sure I will say again how much I love you all in the post because I can't get enough.